An upstate New York man believes he owns a missing 500-year-old masterpiece. Marty Kober is trying to prove this was painted by Renaissance artist Michelangelo back in the day. Nicknamed the Mike by his family, the painting of Jesus and the Virgin Mary was once stored behind a sofa. So if Kober is correct, this piece of art could be worth, listen to this, $300 million. Yowza. But as Don Dahler reports, his name hasn't changed. Getting the art world to agree has not been so easy. Don Dahler, good morning.
Good morning. It's one of two paintings called The Lost Michelangelos in a 2011 book written by a renowned Italian scholar and restorer. It could be worth tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars if it is proven to be the work of the master himself. We flew the painting's most recent owner down to Florida where it was being stored to take a closer look.
Now, I haven't seen this in about a year.
Drum roll, please. Right? Inside this simple wooden box lies a 500-year-old mystery. This is either the work of one of the greatest of Renaissance artists. I guess it would have been too simple for him to just sign it.
That would have been nice, yeah.
Or a magnificent fake. Marty Kober has spent 15 years trying to prove the former. Who painted this painting?
Michelangelo, greatest artist of all time.
And you're certain of that?
Yeah, we have a pretty good dossier of supporting evidence.
The tempera on wood painting depicts Jesus being lowered from the cross by a pair of angels and placed in the lap of an anguished Virgin Mary. The 5-century-old piece of art hung on the Kober family's mantle outside Rochester, New York for years. That's it behind his mom in her wedding dress and in a Christmas photo. It wasn't always treated with the greatest of care. It actually fell off the wall at one point.
Parents dusting it one day. Prior to that, I bounced a tennis ball off it a few times.
But once Kober inherited it outright, he resolved to protect the painting and began investigating its history. What is certain, whoever painted it based their work on this well-known Michelangelo drawing. Many American experts refused to look at it, so he took the work to Italy for extensive restoration and investigation. Is there a chance this was done by a contemporary or an understudy?
What we notice with this is there's multiple changes from the underdrawing to the painting phase. Copyists would never do that.
Under the microscope, a tantalizing clue was discovered: fingerprints. When compared to one that Michelangelo accidentally left on a sculpture, the results proved inconclusive. Kober believes there are other more definitive fingerprints, the style of painting.
The tempera, the layering, and the pigments are virtually the same. Here's the original Vittoria Colonna letter.
The former Air Force pilot says he has other extensive documentation that indicates the painting was a gift from the master to one of his closest friends. Other documents supposedly trace ownership from her all the way to Kober's great-great-grandfather's sister-in-law.
Well, I was enormously impressed by this picture.
Professor William Wallace is a top Michelangelo expert. He's convinced the work at least comes from the master's inner circle. But
there is no scientific way to determine this. It's a matter of opinion of numerous numbers of scholars over time. And unfortunately, we just have to wait.
Kober says this has become his life's quest.
I'm that guy that just won't go away. We have great institutions, the best equipment. They can look at this all over again. And when you assemble all of that, the documents, the painting itself, it only can point to one thing. The greatest artist of all time, Michelangelo, made this.
Kober insists the hundreds of millions the painting could be worth is not his primary mission. He wants Michelangelo to get credit for what he sees as one of the most beautiful paintings of the period. And it's very unusual for Michelangelo to have painted something like this. He did big frescoes, that sort of thing.
Well, let me ask you this. Is it for sale?
He wants Michelangelo to get credit. Money isn't the issue, but I think the money would be pretty nice.
He said the money would not be a bad thing.
Yeah.
One quick footnote, Andy Warhol had a painting, a silkscreen that was found in the storage locker of Alice Cooper.
That's right.
There you go.
All right, John. Really.
I hope it works out.
So do I.
I do.
too.
And Michelangelo was prolific. We know that.
Yeah.